Imagine a town that stood for over 2 centuries, a place where generations of families lived, worked, and built their futures. A town where neighbors knew each other by name, where children played on dusty roads, and where life moved at a peaceful, steady rhythm. School bells rang in the mornings, laughter echoed through the streets, and church bells marked the passing of time. It wasn't just a town, it was a community, a world tucked away in the rolling hills of New York. And yet today, it's gone. Not destroyed by war, not abandoned due to economic collapse, but erased, vanishing almost without a trace, as if it was never meant to be remembered. What really happened to Doodle Town, New York? And if you wander through the woods today, could you still hear the whispers of those who once called it home? The world is full of secrets, lost cities, forgotten ruins, places abandoned by time. But what if I told you? Some of them were never meant to be found. Join me as we uncover the world's most mysterious and abandoned places, where history whispers and the past refuses to stay buried. This is Z Explores the World. Are you ready to begin the journey? Don't forget to subscribe and comment. Deep in the Hudson Valley, tucked away in the shadows of Bear Mountain, lay a town that time would eventually forget, Doodle Town. But for over 200 years, this place was more than just a small settlement. It was a thriving, self-sustained world of its own. Established in the 1700s, it grew quietly, hidden among the dense forests and rolling hills, shielded from the rapid expansion of the outside world. Unlike the towering skyscrapers and bustling streets of nearby New York City, life in Doodle Town was simple, peaceful, and deeply connected to the land. Families here weren't just neighbors. They were generations bound together by history, passing down their homes, traditions, and stories like an unbroken thread through time. Children played on dirt roads their great-grandparents once walked, and the same schoolhouse that taught one generation would later educate the next. It was a place where life moved at its own rhythm, untuttered by the chaos of modernization. But as the world outside continued to grow and change, Doodle Town remained frozen in time until forces beyond its control decided that time had run out. Despite its size, Doodle Town was a fully functioning community. It had its own church, a schoolhouse, a cemetery, and even an inn that welcomed travelers passing through. The people here worked hard, farming the land, cutting timber, and mining for iron in the nearby hills. The roads were lined with stone houses, and the scent of fresh bread filled the air from the small bakeries that once stood. It wasn't just a village, it was a living memory, holding stories of early American settlers, Revolutionary War soldiers, and hard-working families who built their lives here from nothing. In the early 1900s, change was coming. New York was expanding, and Bear Mountain State Park was growing larger. The government saw this quiet, historic village as an obstacle, an inconvenient relic standing in the way of progress. Slowly, one by one, the residents were forced to leave. Their land was bought out, their homes abandoned. Some fought to stay, refusing to let go of what their ancestors had built. But it was a battle they couldn't win. By the 1960s, the last families had gone, leaving behind crumbling homes and overgrown paths. The streets that once echoed with children's laughter were silent, overtaken by nature. Trees pushed through the foundations of old houses, vines wrapped around rusted fences, and the wilderness reclaimed what was once its own. Maps were redrawn, erasing Doodle Town from existence. It became just another ghost town, another forgotten name on a list of lost places. Hikers exploring the ruins have reported eerie encounters. Whispers carried by the wind, shadowy figures darting between the trees, and the overwhelming feeling of being watched. Some claim to have heard footsteps following them, only to turn and find no one there. Even more chilling. Some say the spirits of former residents still roam the trails, refusing to let go of the only home they ever knew. So what really happened to Doodle Town? Was it just another victim of progress? A small town caught in the path of an ever-growing world? Or was there something more? Something hidden beneath the surface? Some believe the town was meant to disappear, its history buried along with its people. Others think the spirits of Doodle Town are still here, lingering in the ruins, waiting for their story to be told. If you were to walk its abandoned roads today, would you feel it? That strange, almost electric presence in the air. Would you hear the distant sound of church bells that no longer exist? Would you dare to step into the cemetery, where the names of the town's last residents still remain? One thing is certain, Doodle Town may be gone, but its story is far from over. If you love uncovering forgotten places and exploring the eerie remnants of the past, make sure to like, subscribe, and join me on this journey. There's a whole world of abandoned history waiting to be discovered. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that bell icon so you never miss an adventure. This is Z Explores the World, where every lost place has a story to tell. Until next time, keep exploring, keep wondering, and most importantly, take care of yourself. And hey, don't forget to call your mom. She loves you more than any abandoned city ever could. Double asterisk.